Hi Flosstube, it's Amber Rogue Mama Stitcher, and it is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 57 for me, and this is my channel primarily just about cross stitch and my love and passion and enthusiasm for cross stitch. And I welcome all the new subscribers. I've had quite a few since my last video, so thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope that you will enjoy what I further have to share with you. So I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. I hope you're enjoying the sunny weather. I had a great Mother's Day. I got flowers, chocolates, and a card from my my husband and my kids, and my oldest, he works, and he got me the chocolate I really like, and knew that, and then just the sweet messages that they gave me really made me feel good, and exactly what I wanted. And I did work on Mother's Day, which is fine. I enjoy my work, so that's good. It's kind of been like hectic at work, but that's okay. I'm enjoying a couple days off right now, so what better time to film a Flosstube? So I'm doing that. Tonight I just thought, okay, this is like the time I have the most, like the biggest window of free time, and I better just do it. So I'm filming at night, which is not my normal, which is not my MO. So, it's a little different. So yeah, I have starts, a lot of starts, and I do not have any finishes, and I have some whips to show you. I do have some haul, not a ton of haul, but really awesome haul. And I just, I welcome all you new subscribers, and thank you so much. And all the subscribers that, just enjoy hanging out with me, and I think you're getting to know me, and I, feel like through your comments I get to know you. And when you have your own Flosstube channels, I can watch in your own Instagram accounts where you're sharing your cross stitching. That really helps me get to know you, and I love that. And when I first started Flosstube, I think on my first episode, I'm pretty sure I made it abundantly clear that I was starting my own Flosstube because I wanted to get to know more people in the stitching community, more people out there in the world that enjoy this, this craft that we do, this art that we do. And that's exactly what I've gotten out of Flosstube, and it's exactly what I've gotten out of Instagram. And I just feel so, lucky and so blessed to have the internet and have that ability to connect with so many amazing people, with you all. So I didn't really know who was out there before that. I did have I was part of the cross stitch friends in the UK Facebook group, and I did get to know some people through that. Not a lot, just a couple really. And then through my love of soda stitch, I got to know some couple pretty great people, but nowhere near the explosion of kind of connection that I've gotten through Flosstube and Instagram. So it's been wonderful. Anyways, kind of a tangent, but I just wanted to, since this is the 57th Flosstube I've made, which is crazy, I just wanted to kind of, I don't expect anybody to watch that many videos, so I just wanted to kind of update anybody or let everyone know for the first time who's new, kind of my idea of what Flosstube is for, because I've been stitching since I was 12 years old, and so that's been over 30 years, and stitching up until Flosstube came around was a solo activity, and I did not know anybody who was into Flosstube, into cross stitching. And if someone happened to ask me, oh, what do you do for fun? Even in my 20s, cross stitch, and what? And you're an alien kind of face, like, are you, how old are you, know, you grandma, you know? And, you know, I'd just be like, hey, it's amazing, I love it. And, you know, I wouldn't really try to talk anybody into it because, you know, it would be kind of hard to, it was like a hard sell, I guess, you know, more, I don't know, like trying to talk someone into drinking kombucha. I had someone's, you know, like see me drinking kombucha one time, you know, and I was like, well, it's from a mushroom, it's fermented, and she's like, okay, you're not selling me so far, kind of like thing, you know, like people are like, that's really pretty, but it seems kind of boring, you know. So I mean, I finally found people who don't think it's boring and love it, and you know, it like really like sends our synapses firing. So it's pretty great. Anyway, so I do have a couple shout outs, and yeah, so I, you know, I don't know if I already said, but I definitely have a lot to share with you today. So thank you so much for joining me. So what shall we start with? Shall we start with whips? Let's see. I think we will start with whips. Yeah, gosh. So House of Love is one of my whips, and I will get that. Okay, so here's my progress on House of Love by Kore Bata Kore, and I just think it's beautiful. I'm stitching this on Charlotte's Pink, 32 count linen by Weeks Dye Works. Isn't that beautiful? And I had made, this is an Italian designer that is my, well, it's my second piece that I've started by the same designer, but so I'm not quite used to the pattern yet, or the, you know, how they do their patterns. And I actually, so they have like an overlap on, because it's multiple pages, and I ended up like the overlap, it does show the center, okay, to be fair, like I'm not complaining about the, you know, the pattern, I just never seen one like that before. So it does show the center, like with a little kind of like arrow down sort of thing in the center, and then there's like, they have the pages printed with quite a bit of the same part of the pattern, instead of like having that like grayed area in between, sort of like to show where the page break is, if that makes sense. So it was like, I think it was like 20, you know, 20 across overlapping, or 25. It was some kind of odd number to me that I'm not used to. So I ended up like stitching way over here on the roof, stitching this, and then I had to frog all that, and then you know, kind of try to fudge a little bit. It's a little like one extra over here than what it was supposed to be, which honestly I think is totally fine. It'll work out. But yeah, isn't that so sweet? And I love my, and then it'll say home down here at the bottom in English. They do have an Italian version of that, but I just absolutely love how it's turned out. And you know, I did go across with I love my, so that I would have, you know, a really good visual of how the house is supposed to be centered under that. So yeah, isn't that beautiful? And I love this salmony pink color that it's on. I just think it's so beautiful. So yeah, and this is all called for DMC. And then the design size is, let's see, like stitch count is 237 by 160. So there you have it. That's what it'll look like when it's done. So yeah, really pretty. I love it. Okay, and you know, that's been a joy to stitch it. I think, and I said last time, I really do look forward to getting down past the what is it, kind of like awning, or you know, kind of like what that like getter kind of overhang on the bottom of the rooftop, and then like into the yellow lighthouse, the light yellow. I just love that. So yeah, so that. So yeah, look forward to that. So really pretty, enjoying it immensely. But I did have to take a break, especially after I made the mistakes and had to frog. I didn't really like that. Okay, and here's my next SAL. It's the Woodland Fairie by, from Mirabilia by Nora Corbett. And this is on a 36 count linen by Nicholas Flamel from the Sweet Violet set. It has a much darker purple in it. And this is the lighter purple. I just love this, and I think it's turned out great. So I've gone up into the wing quite a bit. Last time I showed you, I believe I had stitched up, up to here with the Krynic. So yeah, gotten quite a bit, and sort of like block stitching is starting on that wing, and it's just really beautiful, and I love that. And that's what it looks like. And this is a SAL called the Woodland Fairy SAL that I'm doing with Samantha, Huga Stitcher, and Sarah, Memphis Sarah E. And just the fabric, both of them are working on is different than mine, and so it's just really awesome to see the different results you get, the different parts of the piece that come out. So yeah, and this design size is, let's see, 170 by 241 stitches. So yeah, it'll be beautiful. I'm looking forward so much. Look at that beautiful pink ribbon. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. But I'm loving those green wings right now up against the purple. I think that's so beautiful. I mean, it is so beautiful. See, oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, jeez, I just love it. So yeah, so that's wonderful. And okay, all right. And then my next WIP is one that you probably haven't seen in a while if you're, a follower. Or a subscriber from long ago. It is my Shores at Hawk Run Hollow, and I've just stitched more of the lighthouse, and I think I was maybe to here before, and so I've done all this, and I did the L, and I did some of the border a little bit, like all the way over to here, and I think maybe like right to there. So I've done more of that border, and I've done the rest of the word light, and then I started on the sun, and I will show you how that looks. And I'm stitching this with All Called For DMC, and this fabric is just enormous, and it is gorgeous. It is a 32 count linen called Fermata by Grace Notes Fabrics, and I got this at Queen City Stitch Retreat. From Corinne, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous for this Hawk Run Hollow piece, which I will show you. All right, so here's the cover photo for that, for Shores at Hawk Run Hollow, and here's the square I'm working on, and that's the sun I've started on. Isn't that beautiful? And I was really excited for that sun. I think I just love faces. I love personalities. And, so yes, I love when it has a face. As long as it's not a creepy one. Well, sometimes that, but anyways, I love this. I'm really looking forward to getting to that part, the moon. And I'm really super looking forward to getting to that with a big old ship. And I love that light the way, come what may. I love that square I'm working on. So, yeah. And then, I might put my grandpa, who was a ship captain of a ship, here instead of, he was captain shipping boat. What is it? Oh my gosh, I'm like losing my words. Fishing boat captain in like the early 1900s, like 1930s or something. So, you know, in Alaska. And so I think maybe putting his name in there, something like that, will be kind of cool. Maybe I'll leave it there same. I'm not sure. I'm just considering things. So, yeah, I love the style though. It's really beautiful. And the finished, you know, like the design size is 371 wide by 278 high. And yeah, so on the 32 count, it's supposed to be 23 inches by 17 3/8. I just dropped the cover. So I was inspired to pick this back up again by Jaime Teeny Weeny Stitches. She is stitching, started stitching on the same square that I did. So it was like, oh, when I saw her, you know, stitching the lighthouse, and she was stitching down here in the rock, and it just, oh, I gotta get back to that. And of course, you know, anybody who's stitching a Hawk Run Hollow, keep thinking of mine, and you know, it's just years and years. It's gonna probably take me to do this, because I mean, I want to enjoy each, you know, section, and probably call each section a finish. So that's wonderful, and I'm super excited that I got some stitchy time on that. And I didn't talk about this, but I love my needle minder from Agnes Little Minders. I just love the octopi that she makes. So yeah, she's at it again, still making them. So I'm so happy she's still making these, but it's such a score to get this. So super excited about that. Yeah. Okay, and then my next, or actually it's my start. This is one of my starts. So I started Amphitrite, the Queen Goddess Mermaid. So gorgeous. So I started that, and I think I did a pretty great start on that. Pretty big start. You know, the fabric is fabulous. Yeah, I have started that since the last time that we've talked on Flosstube. So this is a 36 count Barbarol Creations fabric. I hate that you can see the hoop marks right now, so hopefully that's not permanent. I did iron it, but I didn't want to keep like spraying it and ironing it. You know, because I don't know, like I don't want anything to happen to the color. So yeah, but anyways, isn't that gorgeous? 2/2, you know, on the 36 count. And, you know, I just love how this is turning out. The clamshell up against the, you know, beautiful, you know, fabric, oceanic fabric. So, yeah, it's really lovely. And I finally, one of the colors that I was missing, I didn't realize I was missing from my kit, was the Krynic right there. And finally got that in. I've had stitched pretty much all of this and without that, and then I finally been filling in that Krynic. So yeah, so beautiful. And let's see, I just need to get the pattern to show you. Okay, so that's the cover photo. And there are a couple people that are stitching on this right now, at least on Instagram and Flosstube. And Heather in Stitches, she has her own Instagram account, and she's also on Flosstube as the part of a duo, the Crafty Stitchers. And she actually, she actually is working on this bottom part, and it is amazing. So I recommend checking out her Instagram account to see the picture that she has shared recently of this part. And I just love it. The octopus is amazing. It's just fabulous, and her fabric is wonderful too. So it's Heather in Stitches. And I cannot wait to get to this adorable sea turtle. Oh my goodness, what in the world? He is going to be so cute. So I am definitely making my way over to him, and I am using, using the called for DMC Karen water lilies, the Krynic, you know, all the Mill Hill beads, all the treasures. So super, I love it so much. Like the stitching itself, like just the, you know, the pattern of stitching is actually quite simple and quite just fun. So I've really enjoyed that, you know, that I can just kind of zone out and fill in and stuff like that. That's kind of my favorite kind of stitching. So, but I'm not bored because it's not like too blocky. You know, there's definitely some, you know, dimension to it. So, and I did want to share with you my rainbow scissors that I'm using with it. I love it. I got them through Temu, whatever you guys call it nowadays, you young'uns. But like, you know, they were cheap, and I really love my Temu scissors. I ordered like 5 or 6 more pairs recently. I haven't gotten them yet, but this is the bag I'm using for it, and this is just chock full of all these supplies. I mean, there's so many supplies in here, and I'm using floss away bags. Excuse me. So those are my Mill Hill beads right now that I'm keeping with them, with the kit. Krynic and water lilies. And I'm going to separate the water lilies into their own floss away bags. I just had to order more floss away bags because I did have some, and then there were just so many colors in this kit that I had to order more floss away bags. So that's what I got. And I think it's awesome. You know, I could probably kit it up a little, you know, more completely and neater. There was just so much in this one. So, yeah, so it's a good time. It's been a good time. I've loved it so much. So it's just a beautiful bag. It's, you know, it has a handle on it. You know, and I love that. It's from Stitch West, from one of the vendors there, a really, really sweet lady, and just her attitude and how kind she was and how friendly she was helps me want to buy more from her, so I did. Yeah, so yes, let's see. So that's a monumental start for me. I mean, it is so huge that I started that. So I'm very, very pleased that I did that. And, you know, we'll just making it to the sea turtle is my next goal. So hopefully I will have him at least started, possibly done by the next time I do another floss tube. So, yes. Okay. And then, I don't think I need my foam board anymore because everything else I have from now on is small. So my other start, I believe this was my first start since, besides Amphitrite, you know, since my last floss tube. It is Night Terrarium by the Tiny Modernist, and it is really pretty and really small and really fast. So I have shown this before as the Stitchy Kindness that I got last year by an Instagram mutual named Emily. And so I'm super excited to get to the mushrooms as I am, you know, always. So isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. So she sent me the whole kit. So I'm, you know, stitching 2/2 on the, with the called for DMC she sent me on the black Aida. She sent me 18 count Aida. So I think it's turning out fabulously. And thank you, Emily. And here's the project bag. It's really a Notions bag that I got from that same project bag maker over at Stitch West. Did I say Queen City before? If I said Queen City before, come on now. Anyways, and then look at the inside. Oh, so cute. And it's not actually big enough to hold the, you know, the pattern. And that's okay. I just have it kind of sticking out, and I don't, it's something that's just so on the go and so quick. Like, it's not a big deal to just, what, you know. But, so here's the gorgeous colors that are in this kit. They're just beautiful, and Emily really, you know, spoiled me. Aren't those beautiful? I just love them. Yeah, so she sent me all this extra white because she said, you know, I think I kept these too short, and you know, but you know, I'm giving them to you and hope you can use them, kind of thing. And super generous. I mean, because it's just white DMC, and I have a lot of projects that have white DMC, and so, you know, it's zero problem for me to, I just use like 2 strands, and then I like anchor the back down just like a little bit, like 1/4 of an inch or so, and then like I go through and just like, you know, put my first stitch in and make sure that it just secures it in the back like a, you know, like a vertical, you know, anchor kind of thing, and not a big deal at all. And I just go to town just like a regular Danish stitch with the row, and you know, it's beautiful. And I've been using this on Amphitrite on that shell, and that's why there's barely any left. I've used at least half of what she sent me, so she had sent me a lot, plus a brand new skein of the, you know, white, just to make sure, you know, I'd have enough, or in case I didn't want to use the little short ones. And you know, I do want to use the little short ones. I love them, so I am. I keep dropping the same thing. So thank you very much, Emily, and I will make sure to share her Instagram handle. My 12th house, hold on, I'll make sure. My 12th house creations, and 12th is spelled like, I'm pretty sure that this is like a Shakespearean spelling. It's and then TWELFTH, house creations. So yeah, so that's Emily, and getting to know Emily more and more on Instagram, and that is just a pleasure, and you know, I'm really enjoying it. So thanks again, and I will talk to you about Emily again, because there is some haul that relates to her and SAL in, you know, the future here. Okay, and then I have another start I'm super excited about. Okay, I did get a little ahead of myself on my starts. Okay, so I do try to share always, when I do a start, at least the design size. And so on Amphitrite, and it's Queen Goddess of the Sea, like I said, but the design size is 285 wide by 362 high, and because I'm doing it on I'm stitching on a 36 count, it is 16 by 20. So I think I did share that last time when I just shared the kit and hadn't started it yet, but there you have it. Okay, moving forward with the tiny modernist piece, small piece. It is, let's see, 64 inch stitches wide by 95 stitches high, and because I'm stitching it on an 18 count, it's 3.6 inches by 5.3 inches. Okay, and I just get so excited, and then I get ahead of myself. That just happens. So, and then on my, I've already used this pattern so much that I bent it up like crazy. So let's see, it's called Frog, okay, and it's by Katie Abbey, and you know, made into a pattern by Hoops and Crosses. I believe it's Hoops and Crosses UK. Yeah, so I'll put, you know, the information in the description box, but this is the one I've started, and am selling with quite a few people. I'm so excited that, you know, people have joined us and gotten into it. At Arica, at Fibers and Floss on Instagram and on Flosstube. She's Samantha Hugo Stitcher's good friend, and they do floss tubes together now, and you know, talk all about like memorabilia, Alforce embroidery. You know, Arica's amazing. Arica with an A. And so she joined Allie at, let's see, the.xstitch.files on Instagram, Allie. And Allie and I have been friends on Instagram for a very long time, almost since the beginning of me joining Instagram. I am pretty sure. Allie has won a giveaway from me before. She has 2 just adorable twin girls. You know, she's just like a funny, wonderful person, and I'm just so glad that she joined me on this piece. And so I have no idea what the hap is fucking, and I just think that is so funny because like this cute little frog is just me, and I feel like so many of us internally a lot of the time or all the time. And I just thought, perfect, you know, I must make this. I just have to stitch it. I have to do it. There's no question, you know. And so immediately I got it when I saw it, and here's where I'm at. That's my start. And it, you know, honestly, like I'm gonna be real, you know, upfront here. I hated to cut this gorgeous fabric, hated to, because, you know, I thought about it for a mermaid or something like that. It is the Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers Do You See What I See? It is a 32 count linen, and I mean, it's just gorgeous, but it was so perfect for a frog that I had to do it. And I'm stitching 2/2 with the called for DMC. Oh, look at those colors. Isn't that fabulous? Oh, it just pops so beautifully. And I will put this, you know, I'll finish it most likely in a hoop. I have my ideas. And, you know, my friend, I have a friend who's, you know, very much into fitness, and she has her own yoga studio, and she said, you know, I offered it to her. She said, oh, I would love it. She wants, you know, said she wants to pay me. And I said, absolutely not. So she said, well, how many hours does one of those take? How many hours would that take you? And I said, well, too many for you to pay me for all of them. This is love, okay? Like I'm doing this for love. Love of the craft, love for you, you know? And so she was just kind of like, oh, okay. And I, my kit is messed up a little bit. Like it's kind of, you know, it's just tossed in there. It's a real quick, you know, kind of stitch. So, but this is the bag I'm using, and this wasn't an intended for cross stitch bag per se, but it does have an X on it. So, you know, X stitch, right? And I'm doing this with X stitch files. So I love it. And, you know, I think this looks amazing. And so, Allie is stitching hers on a beautiful fabric as well. I believe it's like a lighter kind of blue, and I think there's more modeling in hers, and it's really pretty. And she started with the frog. You can hear my son blow his nose. And then Arica is stitching hers on a black Aida, and hers is beautiful too. Arica started on the rainbow as well, like I did. And, you know, I just love seeing the different progress on the different fabrics, as usual, as I say. So yeah, so I'm enjoying that immensely. And just, you know, kind of, it's sort of a little bit brainless stitching for me, so I enjoy that, just, you know, the rhythm of that, and, you know, easy to pick up. Okay, and this is my second to last start. It is, let's see, I didn't share the size. I caught myself though. So at least that's good. At least, you know, I'm almost entirely through all my stitching and caught myself before I was done. Okay, so that being 32 count, it's stitching 2/2. So that will be a 3 7/8 inches by 9.8. Oh, no, that's wrong. No. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's got inches, 5.5 inches by 3 7/8 inches. So wide and then high. Okay, so got that for the design size. I will tell you the one thing I don't like about kids getting out of school is the constant driving around the neighborhood. Like, if I did this early in the morning when they were still in school, then I wouldn't have this. But I was getting a massage, so that couldn't happen. But anyways, not to complain. First world problems, I guess. Okay, so second to last start. And I had to do this one. Had to. Okay. I will show you the pattern first. The cover photo first was this. And I don't even know if I showed this on my last Flosstube because the designer, being a sweetheart, Yasmin Boatbake, right here. She caught something that apparently was wrong with the pattern and ended up, you know, just like sending me the download. Like that maybe I hadn't gotten even the first download because she just said something was wrong with the last one. So I just was like, oh my gosh, like I kind of forgot I had bought it. And so, you know, she shared it with me and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to start that today. And so I think I started it the next day after I kitted it up, or, you know, a couple days later. So that was literally the day I filmed Flosstube the last time. So there's fancy flosses in there, there's DMC in there, and I'm using a mix of AMO, CXC, Weeks Dye Works, and hold on. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, it's just Weeks Dye Works, and then you know, the other you know, AMO, CXC, and DMC. Okay, so I wanted to show you my colors first before I show you the stitching I've done. So here's the colors. I have shown this on Instagram. They don't look as pretty as they used to when I first kitted it up, obviously, is how it goes. And I've kept some of the tags on these because it helps me remember what I'm doing. But yeah, so there's the colors. And yeah, there we go. Very pretty. And I am stitching this on a Zweigart 28 count flax linen, Glasgow flax linen. And here's my floss cards I told you I was going to use from the Merry Crow for just anything I could find an excuse to use them for. So I'm using the Valentine's because all the red, you know, and the hearts and everything remind me of, you know, the strawberries and, you know, just kind of that similar feel. And there's a lot of green and like pretty designs on the back too. They're, like, yeah, the butterfly and the flowers remind me of the strawberry piece too. So yeah, very, very pretty. And here's my start. There it is, Strawberry Season by Yasmin Boatbake. Yeah, that. Okay, but yeah, I'm just stitching 2 over 2 on this. I'm not, sometimes with the 28 count, as my habit has been in the past, is to do 2 over 3, but since it's kind of, you know, more that prim style, I will just do, you know, 2 over 2 and just be, you know, kind of happy with that. And it doesn't have to look super plump. It's getting light, darker outside, so the colors are sort of fading in the on the camera here. But I feel like the I think this is beautiful on the flax. The white's not quite popping like I was hoping, but you know, it's still beautiful. So yeah, I wore my strawberry sweater for this because I just was like so enjoying the strawberries theme. I have been lately, and this is sharing the project bag with House of Love. You know, it's and I just love these colors together. I do that. I love, you know, colors together, like sort of things that I can stitch alternating, you know, if I'm in a certain mood. Isn't that cool? I love that. So, yes, I don't know. I know I've shown you this bag before, so I'll just show you again, but isn't that pretty? I love it. Not as pretty with all stuff messy in there, but, you know. So, another project bag maker that I met at Stitch West. So, add that to my whip collection. Okay, and design size. 94 by 124 stitches. And since it's on a 28 count, I have not looked into how, you know, that size, and I haven't cut my fabric yet because it seems so quick. I think I'm just gonna, you know, stitch mostly, I did stitch all the way across, and so I know where I could trim it across, but I don't want to cut all the way down, so I need to find out how much I'm gonna need to go vertically down, and then I will, you know, serge after that, cut and serge after that, and use the rest of the fabric for something else, obviously. Okay, so, and then my last start. It's Owl Forest embroidery. I've been seeing people stitching Owl Forest embroidery lately, and so I thought, oh, I just want to stitch Owl Forest embroidery, but I do have kits still that I haven't started. So there is my my last start, and it is Old Borik, and the design size is 111 by 111, and I got this kit a long time ago. And you know, when I got Vangianoe, the water spirit, you know, so I mean, it's just gorgeous colors, and I don't remember if I'd opened it on Flosstube before and shown you the colors, so I will show you those now before the sun is totally set. Oh, sorry, this was not prepared very well for showing on Flosstube. Because, you know, once you start using it, it all just kind of goes to hell. You know, for organizational purposes, right? Okay, so here's the beautiful variegated floss from Owl Forest Embroidery and the 32 count linen that they, you know, sent with the kit. Oh, so beautiful. And my needle minder. I love it. And there's my start. Oh my goodness, look at that gorgeous start. Oh, I love it. And there's my little piece of fabric. So it's, I can't remember, I think it's 6 by 6, something like that, 6 by 6 inches. Or real close to that. So pretty. And so Vangianoe, the water spirit that I had done, that took me a while, a lot longer than I was thinking it would take, but it was more kind of complicated than I expected, and that's okay. This one seems kind of simple compared, just quicker. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I've been really kind of obsessed with mushrooms lately and snails, and they have, this pattern has both. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I wanted to show you, there's a squirrel in here, a squirrel on a mushroom, and he's got an acorn in his little paws, and I'm super excited about that. Look how cute that is! Oh my gosh. And Old Borik is so adorable with his little mushroom hat, and they've got hedgehogs in there, and I just love this kit so much, and I'm super excited to be just, you know, stitching on this as part of my rotation, and I'm in love. So, yeah. And I think that was it. And so there was a story about old Borik, and I'm losing light. But it's a Russian tale character, spirit of the forest. And I Googled this because I really want to know who he was. The Russian mushroom Borik guarded forest animals in fairy tales and monitored harmony in the forest. He showed berries and mushrooms to good people and hid them from bad ones under the leaves so that it was difficult to get them. And there's a poem called The Mushrooms Go to War. And then I found a story that also said the Pyrrhic victory of the Mushroom Kingdom over tyrant Tsar Borik, written by Alexander, and that's a long last name. This account of the myth of the War of the Mushrooms can be found in his collected folk tales, Volume 3. So the poem says, Borik, mushroom white, kernel of the mushroom might, sitting under a large oak, looking at his mushroom folk, summoned them, ordered them to go to war. We can't go, said the ink caps. Our foot's too small for the steps. We don't have to go to war. We can't go, said the Belyanki. We are noble white Dvorinki. We don't have to go to war. We can't go, said the toadstools. We are brigands. We are crooks. We don't have to go to war. I can't go, said the Morel. I am too old and not too well. I don't have to go to war, said the russet Ruzinki. We are simple Muzinki. We don't have to go to war. We'll go, cried the Gruzud. We are brave and willing. We shall go to war and make a great killing. Old Russian nursery rhyme. And the story is more detailed to where it was like the younger mushrooms that ended up going. And so that was, did not help with the, population, I guess, was kind of like the moral of the story. Like, if you don't kind of do your part, like, your society might not thrive very well. So, that's just what the story is. The light is really going. So I was going to show you my haul, so hopefully I can get that off real quick before it's too much. And also, I need to talk about my SAL that I'm doing. I am hosting with Mary, Daydream Stitcher. So here's my project bag. I've kitted it all up. It doesn't look super, and strawberries, of course. But this is the spring forest scrapbook by Lindy Stitches and by the Blue Flower. And they both collaborated, and so there's a snail in there and all kinds of adorable spring animals. And you can do them separately and put them into little pillows, but you're welcome to join us. We're just calling it the Spring Forest Scrapbook SAL, and that's what it looks like. And we're starting it on May 29th, so if you want to kit up and join us, that would be amazing, and you're welcome. And we're so excited to be stitching this together and with all of you. And I do know for sure some of you are joining us already, so that's exciting. But so I showed last time the floss, most of the floss, but I didn't have the eggplant, so I'm showing you the eggplant. Ooh, and the green that I'm using, and this fabric is a Lucana hand dyed 27 count. By the Crazy Hamster Lupita, Oksana Lupita. And yeah, so super excited about that. What else? So yeah, I kind of went over that fast, but so do join us if you're interested. I think it's a really beautiful piece. And just in honor of the weather getting better and everything, it'll be great. Okay, and then some shout outs. So I do want to show you my haul, and my haul does have to do with my shout out. So one of my pieces of haul is something that I saw on a Flosstube, and it was shared by the Soul Stitchers, and it's Marion and Fanny, and I'll share their Instagram handles in the description box. But they're French, and they are so cool and so adorable. I enjoy listening to them giggle together and show all their different pieces. But how cute is this? I love this chicken this hen and chick piece. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah, so I got this as soon as I saw that, and I do love that. Maybe on this fabric, I'm not sure. Amanda, La Lucky Chance Stitcher, gave me this fabric, and I don't know if it's like too similar. I'd have to do a floss toss, but from what I can tell, it might be just fine with those. So yeah, I might have to do something about this lighting, because I'm not through my haul. But so then on 1-2-3 Stitch, for the longest time I was looking for this whole collection of In My Garden by Nora Corbett, from Mirabilia. And you know, this is the winter. And at Queen City, I had seen a piece where someone combined all 4 of these seasons together on a 40 count, and it was fabulous, and I loved it, and I wanted to do it, but I'd never found all of them all together in stock on 1-2-3 Stitch. So summer is beautiful, but their piece was just outstanding. I loved it, and so I'm like, I gotta do that one day. So just might as well have the charts before they go out of print. Maybe there's spring. And autumn. I love autumn. Autumn is my favorite, and autumn is my favorite season too. So not a coincidence there. And then my other haul from 1-2-3 Stitch at the same time is just a beautiful kit by Panna, and it's just a kitty. Speaking of kitties, my cat, I had the door open the whole time, and when I finally did close the door, now she's crying at the door. She didn't care before. So yeah. So the wonderful shout outs that I have received. Number 1, Catkin and Lily. You know, she is just, you know, a sweet lady and has great stitching. You know, she stitches Soda Stitch. She's from the UK. She stitches Bella Filipina. She loves Galaxy designs. She stitches historical samplers, and she loves color. She has a lot of color, and she's had her mother on her channel, which is so sweet. And yeah, and thank you so much for the shout out. Okay. Sorry, I had to double check because I wanted to make sure that I didn't get her name wrong. So it's Kat. And so thank you so much, Kat. And if you have not watched Kat before, go and watch her. She's got a great variety and seems like a very, very lovely person. So thank you again, Kat. And I look forward to being a regular subscriber on your channel as well. And, you know, I've gotten amazing shout outs from, you know, or just mentions, like Laura, Lolity Stitches. Thank you so much for mentioning me. And she's got, I mean, I'm sure most of you already know who Laura is, or all of you. She's got great taste in stitching. She's also stitching a blue flower piece right now, and, you know, just doing a fabulous job. She does a great job hand dyeing fabric, and I still want to pay her for one. And Mad Morti, she shows what she's selling with me, and I love Morti, and watching her channel. I am a regular viewer. And, you know, Samantha, Huga Stitcher, and I already talked about Arica, Fibers and Floss. And yeah, so just, and if I didn't get to you, I apologize. It doesn't mean that I don't, you know, appreciate it. And also, I wanted to show you my book of days before the light is completely gone. So my book of days, I have been filling it out for needlework enthusiasts, 2024. And this is my May, you know, section for my stitching. So strawberries, flowers, and look, my frogs for what the, you know, hat. And, you know, just super, super cute. I love it. I think those frogs are the cutest thing ever. Got those from Temu also. Yeah, and I've already read to you from my book of days. And then I thought maybe I could show you all my mushroom pieces that I have. I mean, they're not all of them, but you know, a lot of them. Because Arica, Fibers and Floss, she said, hey, you know, you should get that Alforest embroidery. You should start on the SAL, you know, on the free SAL they're doing. And I said, you know, I've got a lot of mushroom pieces and maybe I should. But I ended up probably, I don't know if I'm going to, but I didn't. I just ended up like sharing with her all my mushroom pieces. Like, look at all the mushrooms, I love them. So yeah, I don't know if she saw that coming, but it was a lot of mushrooms. So I thought maybe I should just show everyone all these beautiful mushrooms. And sorry, I'm like organizing a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so well, and the light, oh my gosh, like it's such a bad time, but at least I got it done right. Yeah, so I am gonna sell something with another thing with Emily, it's another tiny modernist piece, and so it has mushrooms in it too. So you know, I'm just gonna show you. So I'm gonna do one of the Primrose Cottage ladies was stitching this, or was about to stitch it, the spooky teapot. So, and Emily and I fell in love with this. I showed her and she goes, oh, I gotta stitch that. And so we're like, should we stitch it together? Yes, we should stitch it together. So, so yeah, we kitted it up. We're already kitting it up. So I ended up getting the called for piece of fabric. There's not a lot of colors. There are more colors than what's showing in here, namely white is missing. But I got the tumbleweed linen fabric. It's a 32 count, and I got enough where Emily's gonna send me some of the piece she got, which her fabric, and it's not the same color, it's a different color, and it's fabulous. I love it. So it's possible I will cut mine in half and give her the other piece. I think the Tiny Modernist piece will fit on that. I also saw, you know, this fabric is beautiful. Oh, it's so faded. Oh, I'm so sorry. For the floss toss, it is really pretty too. And I think this is an Oksana Lupida piece, the Crazy Hamster. So it's more modeled. It's very like Halloween moody, like kind of gothy, earthy, woodlandy sort of moody. But yeah, speaking of mushrooms, right? There is, and fall, pumpkins and mushrooms, and oh, I love that. And the moon, and you know, beautiful moth. I showed you tons of moths last time. Okay, bouncing back to my mushroom collection, and then I think I'm gonna be out of light. So there's Chocolate Cocoa Stitch. It was a SAL Christmas or cross stitch pattern. Just, I don't know what they call it, like Christmas mushroom SAL. I can't remember. Sorry, I'm not gonna do all these justice, but the point is to show you how many mushroom kind of focus pieces or just pieces with mushrooms in it. I love this. I don't know who it's Winter Sleep Irina Kono Plitch. I don't know if this is still in Etsy, so I apologize if it's not. I got it a while back. Riolis, a kit with, you know, big old toadstool with some adorable hedgehogs. Mama Witch cross stitch. Bunch of hers. Let's see, Possum Song, Spooky Story. Lots of like mushrooms featuring in her work. Sprouting Lupine, Lady Amanita. She's got a mushroom cape. Super pretty. Oh, that's terrible light. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This is not doing some of these justice for real. Regrow Together. Mama Witch cross stitch. These, you know, are way better quality pictures on the computer. And this is, oh, I can't remember the designer name. It's yeah, they didn't have like a great cover page. I think I just had to screenshot and print the screenshot. Anyways, pretty. It was on Etsy. And then my Mill Hill kit, Autumn Harvest. Love that. And I actually did this as a giveaway at some point on my channel. All right. So thank you for being patient with the lighting situation. I probably forgot something. I always do. But I will see you next time and look forward to you all who want to join in the Spring Forest Scrapbook SAL. Okay? Oh, and it's Mary, Daydream Stitcher, and I are doing that. I'm certain that I did mention that already. Yes, I did. All right. So take care and enjoy the rest of the month of May, and I will see you in June. Happy stitching.